Hey everybody, Mr. S is back. This time I'm going to read another book. This one's called Papagayo, the Mischief Maker. Does anybody remember what part of the book is this? The front cover, exactly. Do you remember what part of the book this is? The spine. It keeps the book together. And what about this part? The back cover. Can you remember who wrote the story? The author of this book is Gerald McDermott. And you know what? He also did the pictures. That makes him the illustrator as well. So he's the author and the illustrator. Papagayo, the Mischief Maker. Papagayo woke up with the sun. He ruffled his bright feathers and whitened his yellow beak and greeted the morning with a ruckus. The night creatures were fast asleep, but Papagayo was wide awake, and he made mischief. So look how beautiful Papagayo is. He has many colors. And there's the sun in the back. Here we go. Sometimes he would steal fruit from the spider monkey. Sometimes he would surprise the butterflies and send them fluttering in every direction. Sometimes he would fly high in the sky and then drop a big nut with a crack on the armadillo's shell. Now some of these things don't sound very nice. First he would steal food from the monkey. He would scare the butterflies, and then he'd drop a big shell on the back of the armadillo and crack it. Whatever Papagayo was up to, he always made a lot of noise. This disturbed the sleep of the night creatures. They would wake up and say, "Please be quiet, Papagayo." The parrot would not stop squawking, and then he would complain. "Not so loud." They would complain, "Not so loud, Papagayo." But the parrot still wouldn't stop. Finally, the night creatures would get angry and scream, "Papagayo, shut your beak." Do you think Papagayo is going to listen? I don't know. They didn't ask very nice. Well, they did ask nicely the first time. At night, while Papagayo slept, the night creatures would venture forth in the moonlight. They would gaze at the white sugar moon and croon quietly. Songs all night long. As dawn approached, they would settle down to sleep through the hot jungle day. So here's Papagayo sleeping at night. And here's all the night creatures. They get up and they walk around at nighttime when it's not hot. No sooner had the night creatures closed their eyes than Papagayo was up, looking for fresh fruit and fresh mischief. One morning, Papagayo was especially loud. The sleepy-eyed sloth had a talk with the bird. "Papagayo," said the sloth, "you make entirely too much noise. You disturb the peaceful sleep of the night creatures." "Ha! Sleepyheads, why don't you laugh and play all day as I do?" asked the parrot. "The day is too bright and full of sounds. It makes us afraid, so we hide from the sunlight and the noise. But at night we can creep out beneath the moonbeams and sing gentle songs. We sing softly because we are afraid to disturb the quiet of the night." "Afraid? Afraid?" cluckled Papagayo. "How can you ever be happy if you're always afraid? Ridiculous!" Papagayo ruffled his feathers, twirled around the branch, and flew away over the treetops. So there's Papagayo and the sloth. Uh-oh. When darkness fell, the creatures of the night gathered as they usually do, gazed lovingly at the moon. They looked up with watchful eyes and made soft moon music. Many miles away, in the heart of the rainforest, something stirred beneath the stones of the great ruined city. It was the ghost of an ancient monster dog, awakening from a deep sleep. He was a moon eater, and when he woke up, he was very, very hungry. He saw the moon, round, sweet, and delicious, hanging in the sky, and he licked his lips. The bony moon dog slipped from the ruins and floated up into the sky. He looped along the pathway of the stars towards the moon. All the night creatures gasped when they saw the fierce moon dog pounce on the moon. They watched in terrified silence as he began to nibble at it. Then the moon dog took a big bite out of the moon, scurried across the starry fields of the sky, and disappeared within the crumbling walls of the great ruined city. Uh-oh. So what do you think is going to happen to the moon? Look, he took a big bite out of it. Look at the night creatures. Look at them. They're all nervous and scared. So let's see what happens. The next night, the creatures of the rainforest gathered under the stars, trembling. They looked up at the bite-sized shape that was missing from the moon. Perhaps the moon dog won't come back anymore. Perhaps he's satisfied, they whispered. We can't complain if just a tiny bit of the moon is missing. Perhaps our beloved moon will grow again and will be full. But at midnight, the moon dog came again. He bared his sharp teeth and hungrily began to eat at the moon. To the horror of the forest creatures, he returned each night for a week. As the moon dog grew fatter and fatter, the moon became thinner and thinner. After 7 nights, the creatures of the rainforest were too frightened to sleep. They sat in silence, blinking at the unfamiliar sunlight, red-eyed and sad, not knowing what to do. Papagayo came flying along then, singing and chuckling to himself. He was surprised to find all the night creatures wide awake. "Quack! Good morning, my brilliant night friends! Quack!" Papagayo laughed. "Isn't it past your bedtime?" "It's not funny, Papagayo," they said, pouting. "It's terrible. Each night this week, a moon dog has eaten a bit of our beloved moon. There's only the thinnest sliver left. Tonight he's sure to swallow the last of it, and night will be nothing more than everlasting darkness." "Disgusting!" spat Papagayo. "Why don't you stop him?" "Because we're afraid," the night creatures answered in chorus. "There's nothing we can do." "Nothing? Nothing? There's always something that can be done. I'll stay up with you tonight, my friends, and we shall see what is to be done." Well, that's nice of Papagayo to offer to stay with them. That night, Papagayo kept a vigil with the night creatures. It was very dark because the moon was now just a slender crescent, but Papagayo tried hard to stay awake. He was just about to doze off when he heard the night creatures whimpering. The moon dog was back and had returned. He was bigger and fatter than ever. He greedily licked the last sweet bit of the moon. "Oh, what shall we do?" the night creatures moaned. "He's eating the last bit of it. What shall we do?" Papagayo jumped up. "Make noise!" he shouted. "You must make noise!" The parrot flew high in the branches and began to screech. At Papagayo's call, the night creatures began to stir. At first they were timid, but gradually they began to yell and shout. Their sounds grew louder and louder until the jungle echoed with their cries. They howled and hissed and croaked. They cracked sticks and shook bushes and beat a rhythm that every night creature joined in the chant. And Papagayo shouted, "Rah, rah, rah." The moon dog was frightened by all the noise. He jumped off the moon and ran through the sky. He flew along the pathway of the stars and disappeared into the darkness of the great ruined city. "We did it!" shouted the night creatures. "We scared away the moon eater! How brave we are now! Our beloved moon can grow again to fullness!" Papagayo croaked his head and clucked. Now the moon dog has tasted the sweetness of the moon, and he is sure to sneak back. When he comes again, remember what you must do. But the night creatures, proud as their great victory and tired from all the excitement, were already curling up for a good day's sleep. The sun began to color the sky. Papagayo ruffled his feathers and spread his wings. He opened his yellow beak and greeted the morning with a loud ruckus. Not a single creature complained. The end. Well, thank you, friends. I'm glad that you guys sat around and listened to my story, and I hope that you guys come back for more. See you later.